If you'd like to support a TSB television broadcast, we've got a patron page for that. Sponsorships start at just $1. Visit patron.com/TSB television and make a pledge for premier Twin Cities sports coverage.
From the stable at Oak Park Heights, we present another edition of high school volleyball. The Stillwater area Ponies look to preserve their undefeated record of 1-0. Against the Moorhead Spuds, both teams reached the Class 3A state tournament a year ago, and both are favored to get back there again. Hi everyone, I'm Mike Peden. Thanks for watching. My partner LaToya Turk couldn't be here. She's battling illness. We hope she recovers soon and can be back with us calling some volleyball later this fall. But we've got a big matchup tonight for two teams who reached the state tournament a year ago and have a lot of talent coming back. Stillwater, they beat Grand Rapids in a sweep last night, getting a lot of production out of their big names. Maddie Whittington, Reese Kohler, and Brooke Brenner. Maddie Whittington in particular looked like her old self. It was her first competitive game in a couple of years coming back from injury, but you wouldn't know it with the way she went up for blocks, kills, you name it. Maddie looked real sharp, and that is what Stillwater is looking for. Again, they are the fourth-ranked team in Class 3A based on the preseason polls, and they will get a strong test tonight against a perennial contender in Moorhead. Now, Moorhead graduated their kill leader, setter, and libero from last season, but they have 3 straight section championships in Section 8-3A to their credit, and reached the semifinal round in the Class 3A state tournament for the first time in recent memory. So a lot of new faces, but a lot of athletes Moorhead known for their crossover athleticism, including Clara Howell, a highly regarded sprinter. She finished 4th in the state in the 400-meter dash last year and won the Hamlin Elite Meet, one of the most prestigious events on the track and field schedule. The captains are a pair of Brookes, Brooke Carney and Brooke Walthall. Brooke returns for her 3rd year as a starter. The same with Walthall. They both have a lot of vocal leadership, and Walthall has a strong pedigree. Her father is a coach for the MSU Moorhead men's basketball team. So Moorhead getting a taste of the Metro. This will be a huge barometer for them. They play Stillwater tonight and North St. Paul, a Section 4-3A finalist last year. That match will take place at the Breakdown Side Out Classic tomorrow. Stillwater, as we know, will play St. Michael Alphaville. But first they got to get through this matchup, and we'll have all the action for you in a minute. And with that, let's meet the starters for the two teams. For Moorhead, it's Clara Howell, number 2, the junior setter. Sam Zimmerman, number 5, the sophomore middle hitter. Brooke Walthall, number 7, the senior outside hitter. Brooke Carney, number 8, the senior middle hitter. Mallory Lee, number 9, the senior outside hitter. Jalen Ennin, number 12, the junior outside hitter. Ayana Blight is the libero. Stillwater, same group as last night, so it will be Walsh, Olchen, Ashton, Brenner, Kohler, Whittington, and Borman.
Number 5, Morgan Grimm. Number 8, Ellie Springer. Number 10, Lucy Zolar. Number 12, Belle Primo. Number 17, Kate Raditz. Number 21, Olivia Foss. Starting for the Ponies, senior number 1, Lexi Olchen. Senior number 3, Brooke Eschenbrenner. Senior number 6, Reese Kohler. Junior number 7, Maddie Whittington. Senior number 9, Olivia Walsh. The libero is senior number 11, Britta Borman. And sophomore number 14, Sydney DeJarnett.
And as you see, Sydney DeJarnett, the other starter. 6 starters and a libero. That's how things go. Bob Fisher, the head coach for Stillwater. Moorhead led by Charlene. Char, a 20-year head coach for the Spuds. And Bob has seen his share of volleyball games too. Both predate the transition from the side-out era to the current rally scoring format. Moorhead will wear the white jerseys. Stillwater will don their familiar blacks. Moorhead, as we noted, as semifinalist in the Class 3A state tournament last year. They lost to eventual champion Lakeville North. Lakeville North, they knocked off Stillwater in the quarterfinal round of last year's 3A bracket. Lakeville North, the number 1 team in the preseason rankings, and Blythe will slide in. We've seen that a couple of times where the starting libero will take over for one of the starters. Rally scoring, of course, we play up to 25. And we will wait just a little bit longer. Want to make sure the ball is properly inflated. And Jalen Ennin will get things going. And Stillwater starts with a hitting error. Brooke, or Alexi Olchin, couldn't find a mark. Game starting slightly behind schedule, about 20 minutes. Power was knocked out, but not because of Maddie Whittington. She has plenty of power on her right arm swing. But there was a cell of thunderstorm activity that went through the East Metro, and it knocked out power to the building temporarily. Power was restored at 5 o'clock, so they were able to get the games in without much delay. They did push back the start times to give everyone a chance to warm up. Another hitting error on the Ponies. So an early 2-1 lead for the Spuds. Athletic Director Ricky Michael expects this to be a tougher match than Grand Rapids yesterday, with Grand Rapids graduating a lot of talent. Nice teardrop by number 8. Brooke Carney, one of the 2 Brookes. Whittington says right back at ya. Scores corrected. 3-2 in the early going. And a little confusion over who's going to serve. In fact, one of the officials is at the scores table now. And with that, it gives us a chance to remind you that we'll have our first live game on August 28th with Valley Access Channels when Stillwater hosts Elk River. September 4th, a huge barometer game. Stillwater will go on the road to face Egan, the number 3 team in the preseason polls. And as we noted yesterday, Forest Lake and Eastridge both ranked in the top 10 in the preseason. Northfield is also up there. Both Lakeville schools, North and South. A hotbed of volleyball talent. And as a whole, Minnesota is the state of volleyball. Well, this will be one of those circumstances where the coaches will watch this tape and probably explain to me what just happened. In college and the pros, usually an official will go to the broadcaster and explain things. We don't quite have that here. But a rotation violation, an illegal substitution was called, so they're going to award a point to Moorhead. At least that is my theory, and the Stillwater team getting an explanation. Bet you didn't expect this, Aaron. Aaron, Alex, and Lola, our camera crew tonight, and Jeff picking up some B-roll for a feature story that I'll be doing on Reese Kohler and Maddie Whittington. And everyone trying to sort out what the rotation deal is. The score is still 3-2. They had signaled a point to Moorhead. but it has not gone up on the board. Some other notable games for Stillwater. We mentioned the invitationals. They're sure to face some top-tier talent there. They play St. Michael Albertville tomorrow at the Side-Out Classic. Moorhead will play North St. Paul. The Polars reached the Section 4 3A final last year. And we're going to have a free timeout. A good chance to remind you that if you want to sponsor a TSB television broadcast, where there are plenty of options available, just go to patreon.com/TSB television. Packages start at just $1, and the funding goes toward future sports broadcasts so we can continue bringing the next generation of athletes and all the great, extraordinary things they do for their teams and communities. Patreon.com/TSB television. And if you're watching this on Valley Access channels, we'll have plenty of sports coverage coming your way. We've got live volleyball, and we'll have some live soccer too. Football, we'll have all 4 home games streamed live online and on television on VAC TV. So a point was taken away from Stillwater, and it's now 3-1. And Sydney Desjarnet is going to substitute in. So Catherine Raditz will go out. Raditz picked up a few aces yesterday in the win over Grand Rapids. And Charlene having a laugh. I think all of us are probably going to laugh this off. Or as the saying goes, sometimes you just have to laugh at the absurd. This is a situation where I wish LaToya was here, because I have to fill up all this time by myself. I'm all by myself talking to myself again. I feel like Ian Malcolm. All right, Moorhead serving. It's 3-1. Back to action. Maddie Whittington whiffs the kill attempt. Point for the Spuds. We mentioned a lot of multi-sport athletes on the part of Moorhead. Blythe also plays on the basketball team. Moorhead, a strong hockey program as well. Off speed, Brooke Ashton Brenner jukes Moorhead and picks up a point for the Ponies. And now Raditz will go in for Desjarnet. And I don't think we're going to have any more substitution confusion from here on out. At least I hope not. Raditz with the up. Ashton Brenner has to send over a free ball, though. Blythe sets up, and going into the net was Brooke Walthall. Again, with Raleigh scoring, you're going to make a few mistakes. It's how you bounce back from it, because no matter what happens, somebody's going to get a point. Hitting error on the Ponies. And it will be Walthall serving. A 3-year starter. Plans to take charge of the backcourt. Walsh sets up. Whittington couldn't quite get her footing. Moorhead gets a free ball. And Walthall takes advantage. As we noted, daughter of men's basketball coach Chad Walthall at Minnesota State University Moorhead. And the other Brooke Carney, serves it into the net.
Number 8, Ellie Springer into the Ponies.
Here comes Ellie Springer. In the win over Grand Rapids yesterday, there was some back and forth action between Stillwater and Grand Rapids, and then the Ponies went on big runs in the middle of those sets. Grand Rapids unable to contain it. Springer with the ace. But again, Moorhead, even though they did not make the top 10 in the rankings, they have reached state for 3 consecutive years and got to the semis last year, losing to Lakeville North. Walthall mistimed it. As you know, you only get 3 touches, not 4. Springer with another ace. So 2 aces and an unforced error on the spud. Springer giving the Ponies a lift since taking over the service position. Alexa Olchen is on the bike, but she looks to be fine. Brooke Ashton-Brenner, her stroke looks fine. 4 straight points for the Ponies. Again, we saw this in succession yesterday in all 3 sets. And a 3-set sweep for Stillwater. And Springer giving this team a big run. Walthall, no good there. Whittington down the middle, blocked. And picking up the block for the Spuds, number 5, Sam Zimmerman, a sophomore, had some experience last year. Expected to be a consistent factor this year. So that ends the run. Ashton Brenner hoping to start a new one. Doing a lot of damage early from the left side. Whittington and Kohler, the 2 D1 recruits now on the floor. They don't spend a lot of time together on the rotation, both occupying the position of middle hitter. And Zimmerman couldn't stay inside the line. So Stillwater on a 6-1 run. Whittington, she's gone with that off-speed serve a few times. Used that to great success against Grand Rapids. Raditz with the up. Ashton Brenner. The net was touched. As you know, you cannot touch the net or cross the center line. And that will automatically award a point to the Ponies. Off speed. Stillwater saves it. Walsh sends over a free ball. Well, she won't send over anything. Walthall goes back to serve. 11-8. And Springer with too much juice on that one. Walthall again. Ashton Brenner off speed. Claire Howell with the up. Again, a highly regarded sprinter at Moorhead. Olivia Walsh, she'll do that on occasion, use the 2-touch to try to throw Stillwater off the mark, and Moorhead commits a hitting error. So that substitution confusion, not much of a factor so far. Stillwater up by 3 in the first set. But we have a long way to go. Block and the up by Ashton Brenner. DeJarnett just painted the line. And the Stillwater fans in front of me, let's just say I think they enjoyed that marksmanship out of Springer, didn't they? Well, they can't hear me, but I'm sure they did. Block. Stillwater gets it across. Moorhead will have to try again. Off speed. That's no good. Ashton Brenner, too high. So back and forth. Ayanna Blythe going back in. The team libero. Ashton Brenner from the right side this time. So, I got a question for you. Are you the presidents or the leaders of Ashton Brenner's fan club? They said sure. Another point for the Ponies, I believe, off the hitting error. Stillwater's lead continues to grow. Moorhead going off speed. Ashton Brenner with the dig. Kohler blocked. Borman was there for the save. Off the block, Stillwater gets the point. And I feel privileged to be in front of some excitable fans here. It's only the second game of the season, but how many times, high school, college, or pro, do players talk about the importance of fan support and having unfiltered energy? And it seems to be feeding. I think Kohler got the block down for the point. And the Ponies build a 7-point lead. Moorhead's going to call a timeout. Stillwater was trailing 6-4. Since then, a 13-4 run. Ricky Michael praising the pattern of the Stillwater fan club. Maybe we've got a timeout here. Maybe we can let's get to know a couple of you guys. So what makes you such big fans of volleyball?
I just love the sport.
Who's your favorite player?
Britta Borman.
Britta. Well, you seem to like Brooke a lot too.
Yeah. She can spike hard. Yeah.
She definitely can. So what got you into supporting this volleyball team so adamantly?
We decided to come to the first game. We just decided to come to the first game, and we enjoyed it a lot. You know, they had a great showing against Grand Rapids, and, you know, we decided to come back for more.
Oh, why not? And what's your name so the folks watching can give you a shout out?
Adam Algren.
And then what's your name?
Jesse Brown.
Right. Jesse Brown and Adam it was? Jesse and Adam and a few other super fans. Gotta love it. You gotta love it when you have some super fans right here. And I call a lot of games in the bleachers at the high school ranks. They don't have traditional press boxes, so you get to mingle with the fans in most cases. Back to action, Moorhead. Let's see what they do following the timeout. Moorhead going off speed. That's Jalen Ennin. They set up for Olgin. Moorhead will get another try. Ennin with another teardrop. Borman with the dig. Blythe gets the up there. Borman another dig, but Stillwater's going to have to just send a free ball over. Moorhead setting up on the left side. Nothing doing for Mallory Lee. Desjarnett blocked. That was Kohler with the up. Ashton Brenner with the finish. Ashton Brenner, one of the key contributors for the Ponies. She played a big role last night in the win over Grand Rapids. She's playing a big role here in the first set of this game. Overpass. Reese Kohler knows what to do with it. Ashton Brenner doing a lot of damage on service. Kohler again. This time, Howell got the dig, but Moorhead had nowhere to go. So it wasn't the traditional kill for Kohler, but her speed, her velocity created that opportunity, and Stillwater dominating set one. They have a 10-point lead, and it looks like they're going to take that first set without much difficulty in spite of the substitution problem. Double contact. As you know, that's not allowed, and any foul against you awards a point to your opponent. That's what rally scoring is all about. Block. Borman with another dig. Raditz. I should say Desjarnett had to send it over. This time it was Olchin getting the up. Another block. Moorhead can't save it. Reese Kohler. Reese Kohler's got the play up front taken care of. Aschenbrenner doing some big things here with her turn on the service. And Aschenbrenner doing a lot of damage up front too. It's been the Aschenbrenner and Kohler show in set number one. Moorhead uses their second and final timeout of the first set, but if the last 4 sets, including this one, are any indication, Stillwater is for real. Who knows what they would have done last year if Whittington had been healthy, but they were able to get to state with the likes of Rachel Houle and Kayla Jurdy, and they hope to add to it this year. They have never gone to state in consecutive seasons. They've only been to state 2 times, so that's one reason for it. Once in 2009 and last year. So Stillwater 3 points away from taking set number 1. Ashton Brenner continuing to serve what was a 6-4 lead for Moorhead. Since then, the Ponies 18-4 is their run. Ashton Brenner brings the heat. Moorhead got the dig that time, but Walthall had to send a free ball over. Here's Desjarnich. She would like to get a kill, and Moorhead almost coughs up a point on a collision. We saw that a couple of times yesterday with Grand Rapids. Olchin, Blythe with the dig. Teardrop, nothing doing. Walsh is there. Ashton Brenner goes up, off speed. Howell with the dig there. They set up for Lee on the right side, left side I should say, and that ends the Stillwater run, but Moorhead 11. They have their work cut out for them if they want to take this first set. Jalen Ennin will serve for the Spuds. We haven't mentioned a lot of Moorhead names for a while, and that's not going to help. Ennin serves that into the net. The service error gives them the point. Whittington goes in for Kohler. Again, that's not uncommon with their spots on the rotation. Britta Borman on service for the Ponies. And Brooke Carney put too much heat on that one. Stillwater with 13 set points. If they somehow don't take this first set, I will check to see if we're in the right dimension. Service error, but Stillwater has a big cushion. Big. I mean huge. Ginormous. Extravagant. An all-out domination of set number 1. Whittington tried to get the finish. Some play at the net, and Whittington does get the finish with their heads-up play in front of the net. And Adam over here almost fainted with that dominance of Stillwater, and I don't blame him. Stillwater, they were trailing 6-4, and you wouldn't know it if the score is any indication. 25-12, the final in set number 1. That's a whole lot of points if you're the Ponies. So, with that, we take a 3-minute set break, of course. We'll talk a little bit about the Moorhead team. We haven't had much of a chance to. As we noted in the open, their leading kill leader, that's a bit redundant, setter and libero graduated. Carney and Walthall are 3-year starters. Mallory Lee, her first year as a starter, can hit above the block with her vertical. Claire Howell, as we noted, multi-sport athlete, and also high vertical. Jalen Ennin is the all-around threat for the Spuds. And Sam Zimmerman, hoping she'll be a bigger scoring threat as they progress. Set number 2 will start shortly. Again, Stillwater knocking off Moorhead 25-12 in set number 1. Moorhead was up 6-4, and much like the Grand Rapids games, Moorhead getting a few points early, but it's Stillwater that goes on these elongated runs, and those elongated runs just proving too monumental for opponents to overcome. Stillwater, a perfect 1-0. Moorhead, this is their season opener. And we spoke of the key matchups for the Ponies. Egan. We'll have a live coverage of Elk River and Eastridge. Mounds View had a solid group a year ago.
Stillwater will serve to start set number 2.
Stillwater serving to start the second set.
Britta Borman serving.
Britta Borman, the starting libero, will do the honors. Brooke Carney just painted the line. We don't have replay, of course, but as you know, as long as you paint any part of the line, it's considered in. And speaking of line judges, it's not uncommon for parents of the varsity players to volunteer in the JV games. Stillwater gets the point off the block the last couple of days. We've seen Missy Whittington, Maddie's mother, do just that for the JV games. And if there's anybody who knows how to judge the lines, it's someone who spent so many years painting the lines. And Stillwater displaying their marksmanship. Catherine Raditz, she had a couple of aces in yesterday's game. Knows how to jam up her opponents on the serve. Moorhead says right back at you. Brooke Carney goes cross court, but the point goes to Stillwater instead. Whatever happened, I missed it. Ponies don't mind though. Raditz continues to serve. Rule the deflection, so the point will go to Brooke Walthall. And service goes back to Moorhead. Here is Brooke Carney. They look for her to score no matter where she is on the court. Leads with her verbal skills, but can pack a punch with her hitting. Borman just skirted the net. As long as it goes over, it's still in play. Off speed. Good up by Olchen to save the play. We continue. Point off the block for Sam Zimmerman. Whittington. She's blocked. She'll get another crack at it. No, she won't. Walsh called, I believe, for palming. And the official is in front of me, so I can't make out what he's saying. because I'm sitting behind him. Walsh was going to do one of those misdirections, and I think she palmed it. And that's what led to a point for the Spuds. They lead 4-3, but Stillwater was in this situation in the first set. Olchen trying to capitalize on the overpass, cannot. Borman with the dig. Ashton Brenner off speed from the back row, and it's going to pay off. Moorhead wasn't ready for it. Brooke Ashton-Brenner, one of the senior leaders on a team full of them. Ashton-Brenner, Whittington, and Kohler, the big three. Nice effort by Stillwater to save it, but Walthall will get the point. 5-4 our score. Ashton Brenner. Got it. The official said that Zimmerman's up dig was not in time. And now Whittington goes in to serve. And this is one of those rotations where you get the big three. And Whittington serves it right into the net. She'll go out. Borman will go in. Springer sends it into the back row. Ennen right to Borman. Ashton Brenner, one-handed lob. Moorhead attacks to the right side, and that goes out of bounds, but we are going to have a discussion. So the official said the ball hit the antenna before it went out, and if the ball hits either antenna, the play is immediately ruled dead. So Stillwater gets the point. Again, the antenna considered out of bounds. Walsh serving, and finding a hole is Sam Zimmerman. She taps in a point. Moorhead up 7-6 in set two. Ashton Brenner elicits the wave. We got the wave. And it's not even in the late stages yet. I don't know if we're getting any shot to this superfan group, but they're right in front of me. Borman to Walsh. Kohler with the finish. Yes. Olchen from the left side, blocked. Straddled the net, Reese Kohler couldn't get to it in time. Any sports that involve going over a net, tennis and volleyball, they'll tell you if someone could master it, you'd be a millionaire, maybe a multimillionaire. But we remain neck and neck, 8-all. Deep serve. Olchen sends it over, and it was deflected into no woman's land. So Olchen gets a fortuitous point. Whittington and Kohler trade places. Borman, the senior libero. Whittington there on the block. Brooke Carney tried to go through the middle. That's hard to do against a D1 level middle hitter. As we noted, Whittington, verbal to Illinois, her mother's alma mater. Reese Kohler, the senior, has already committed to Seton Hall. Ennin, blocked again. Whittington. It's a block party. And the super fans in front of me give the "We're Not Worthy" salute. Have you guys been practicing this? Have you guys been practicing your? Yeah. It's all in their heart. Yep. And that, I believe, hit the antenna. So a point goes to Moorhead. But we might be seeing another run out of Stillwater here. They picked up 3 straight points after it was tied 8-all. And that's all it takes, just a little bit of momentum. Whittington! I don't believe it. Whittington, out of nowhere. It looked like Stillwater was going to cough up a point. They recover, and Whittington throws it down. Throw it down, Maddie. Throw it down. Raditz serving. We know she's potent. And that point will go to Brooke Carney.
Zimmerman.
12-10 the score. Carney will serve after scoring from the right side. And that'll be an ace. Ashton Brenner assumes responsibility, didn't angle it the way she wanted. And you don't have much reaction time in a sport like this. Split-second decision-making so crucial. Whittington down the middle. Maddie's money down there. But this tight game continues. Springer with the ace. Raditz with the dig. Zimmerman with the block. Sam Zimmerman, 5'11". Moorhead, akin to Grand Rapids, they don't bring a lot of height on their team, so they have to make up for it with their vertical. Stillwater has several players above 6 feet. There's one of them, and she could not get it inside the line that time. Maddie Whittington, 6'4", Kohler, 6'1", 6'2", Ashton Brenner at 6 feet. Walsh again will try that misdirection on occasion. Maddie Whittington, that's her 3rd block in this set by my count, but she rotates back to the service position. Moorhead hanging around a little longer here in this set than they did in the first one. It's 15-13. Moorhead scored only 12 points in the first set. So Moorhead responding, adapting, adjusting a little better, but Stillwater with a lot of heavy hitters. They're going to set up for Kohler. She'll go off speed, and Moorhead can't keep it in play. Three-point lead for the Ponies in set number 2. Neither side has used their timeout yet. Whittington still serving. And she'll continue her service. Walthall sends that one out of bounds and almost out of the building. That ball might have ended up in Bayport.
Moorhead takes timeout.
And now Moorhead uses the first of their 2 timeouts as they trail by 4. With Stillwater closing in on a set 2 victory. So we've got the super fans in front of me, bringing a lot of energy and enthusiasm. And adding a little more vibe over on this side of the bleachers. Yesterday it was a little quiet over here. As we noted, game starting about 20 minutes later than usual due to a large thunderstorm cell moving through and knocking out the power. Power was restored at 5 o'clock, so we were able to get the games in without much delay. Game starting about 20 minutes later than scheduled. It helped that the JV game was a straight set win for the Spuds. Woodington, she knew it as soon as she released it. Let her say, oh no. But you'll live with that. If you're wondering about the performance yesterday with Grand Rapids, assistant coach Pat Tynan talked to the head coach, Bob Fisher, and the players and asked, did we meet or exceed expectations? And they said, we definitely met them. It's hard to say where expectations fall. All I know is that Stillwater picks up a point with Ennin placing the ball out of bounds. Well, with Grand Rapids, a solid team, but losing a lot of talent. Olivia Walsh finds the space between. And it's a 5-point lead for the Ponies. Ennin. Borman with the dig. Ashton Brenner, saved by Blythe. Now, if the ball hits the wall or the ceiling, it remains in play. By my understanding. Not a problem, of course, when you get to state. And that's DeJarnett. Sydney DeJarnett making the play. Haven't had a chance to call her name yet. Again, the 7th player in Stillwater's primary rotation does not start. Olivia Walsh puts down another ace. Walsh and Raditz, the anchors of the serve. And the Ponies have a 7-point lead. Walsh going with a high lob. Zimmerman goes right to Springer. Ashton Brenner attacks on the left side. Blocked, and Stillwater can't retrieve it. Zimmerman goes out. Blythe goes in again. Not uncommon with the rotations in this sport. DeJarnett was blocked, and Stillwater can't recover in time. Moorhead hoping to claw their way back in their season opener. Stillwater playing their second game in a 3-game and 3-day stretch. Overpass, tapped down. I believe that was Jalen Ennin at 5'10", the all-around. Moorhead trailed by 7. It's now a 4-point margin. Ashton Brenner with the slam, but Claire Howell was there to stop it. They will set up for Kohler this time down the middle. And she paints the corner. A crucial point for the Ponies. Ashton Brenner will serve, but that was a crucial point with Moorhead closing in. And when you're within range of taking a set, every point is huge. That was off the block, so the point will go to Moorhead, making it 22-18. Moorhead showing more resolve in this set. We know that much. Blocked out of bounds. And Stillwater 2 points away from taking set number 2. They have yet to drop a set in the early part of the season. They have yet to call a timeout in the early part of the season. It probably won't stay that way, especially in the Egan game. I have to think that one's going to be a nail-biter, much like last year's game was. 4-point margin, but Stillwater in control. Jalen Ennin goes back to serve. And that was misplayed by Lexi Olchin. And now it's a 3-point margin. Whittington down the middle. Again, another crucial point. Stillwater with 4 set points. And it's fitting that the 2 D1 recruits that we know of, there may be more, have come up with crucial plays when it looked like Moorhead was closing in. Raditz commits a service error. And again, Moorhead only 3 points away from Stillwater, so they don't need a big rally here to make Stillwater flinch. Walsh will set up for Whittington. That goes out of bounds. Whittington with a hitting error, and the margin down to 2. Still set point for the Ponies. They will try with Olchin on the left side. Now Moorhead will get a chance. Blocked. I think that was Walsh. Whittington mistimed the jump, but it does not matter. A hitting error on the Spuds gives Stillwater a much-needed breather. Moorhead clawed their way in the second set, made it interesting, but the second set still goes to the Ponies, 25-22, as we head for another set break. We'll show a few highlights from set number 2 and then come back for the third and perhaps final set. We'll see. This is high school volleyball. Set number 3 about to start between Stillwater and Moorhead. Mike Pete and all by myself, talking to myself. Well, I guess Aaron is close by to make sure things stay in one piece. Stillwater leads 2 sets to none, 25-12, 25-22 respectively. Moorhead made things interesting in the closing stages, but crucial plays by Maddie Whittington and Reese Kohler salvaged the set for the Ponies. Again, you're going to see a lot of Ashton, Brenner, Whittington, and Kohler if they can stay healthy. And Maddie Whittington, back to normal. I spoke with her mother and real pleased to see Maddie performing. And again, not just in uniform, but playing the way she has. You would never know that she had an ACL, MCL, and meniscus tear. In what could be one of the comeback stories of the 2018 fall season. Jalen Ennin will get things going to start set number 3. And Lexi Olchin will get things going for Stillwater in the start of set number 1.
Serving.
Raditz goes back to serve. We know she can do some damage there. That was deflected, so point for the Spuds. We'll see if Moorhead can get in front. That's something neither Moorhead or Grand Rapids has been able to do. Stillwater going with the misdirection there, the 2-touch possession. Didn't work out there. Whittington rises up from the right side and will get the point off the block. So the next time I see you will be live, and I'll actually have a color commentator. I could use one of those. Robert Critta will be part of our broadcast team. Brooke Carney with the point there for Moorhead.
Claire Howell serving.
Brooke Ashenbrenner.
Maddie Whittington will serve.
Whittington with the service error, and I apologize for the pause there because I was enamored in this conversation in front of me. The superfans were talking about the Suburban East Conference schedule. And he's looking forward to those East Ridge and Roseville games. We'll have the East Ridge game live on Valley Access channels if you're watching this on VAC TV right now. Brooke Ashenbrenner watching another point go to her bank. The Roseville game will be carried by CTV, that game at Roseville. Roseville, a perennial in volleyball. And as I understand it, there will be a simulcast of that game for folks in the Stillwater area. Jalen Ennin scores, and hey, I think this fan group is growing. Oh, what are you apologizing for? This. I'll keep that in mind. Point for Moorhead. I'll keep that offer in mind for the Moundsview game. Have you guys been recruiting? Or are these guys recruiting? 6'4" Moorhead. So what started off as just an all-men's super fan group, they've added a few more students to the mix. If I'm not careful, I'm going to get dwarfed. Blythe serving. We still have a game going on. Folks at home are going to be wondering what's going on over here. Borman out to Ashenbrenner, blocked. And Moorhead with their largest lead in any set. Brooke Carney, I believe, got her hands on it, and the Spuds take a 7-4 lead. Light will serve. Low, Borman picks it up. Has to send over a free ball. And in from the left side, got it. And Stillwater will use their first timeout of the 2018 season. They trail 8-4. Well, let's see. We've got a few. I want to talk to these fans because I didn't know you were recruiting, Adam. I didn't know you were recruiting.
On the side as well. I also recruit. Do it on the side.
We don't have a second microphone here, but if you want to come up, we've got a few seconds. Let's give. Yeah. So tell us your name and what got you into the sport of volleyball as a fan.
My name's Noah Poshuk. I'm a senior here at the high school. And, volleyball is a pretty hype sport. There's a lot of action, so why I come out here and cheer for the team.
I was hearing you know your volleyball. You were discussing some conference games later in the year, East Ridge and Roseville. What attracted you to the sport of volleyball?
Well, the conference games we were talking about was actually for football. I'm on the football team, so that's what we were talking about.
Okay, well, I'm sure there'll be big volleyball games too.
Yeah, for sure, no doubt.
And are you excited to start your season next week?
Indeed I am. We should come out strong. We've been training for a few weeks here, and I feel pretty comfortable with where we're at as a team.
Well, we know the saying, game respects game, and so what do you appreciate most about the volleyball players and their success over the last couple of years?
I appreciate the game a lot. Coming here for football in 2 days, they're here at the same time we are, and I feel like it's kind of an underrated sport. They don't get as much credit as some of the bigger sports at the school, but they're just as talented as any other sports team, and they deserve more attraction than they get.
Well, East Ridge and Roseville will be big games to look forward to for volleyball, and probably on your schedule too. What are you most excited about for the football season, which starts next week at Blaine?
I think I'm just excited to enjoy my last season. It's my senior year, so I'm looking to come out with a bang, and just kind of creating the brotherhood with all the guys out there is really cool.
And what are you hoping to build on? I think you only had 2 wins last year, so what are you hoping to improve? Obviously the win count, but what else do you hope to build on to make Stillwater a bigger contender this year?
I really hope to kind of make the team more team chemistry involved. I know last year was kind of an individual team play, but there's a good connection between the guys this year, and I think we're going to start the season strong and end just as strong.
Well, I will warn you that all the home games will be televised live by Valley Access Channel, so you better be on your best behavior at Pony Stadium.
Will do. They're expecting a good show.
And anyone you want to say hi to?
Maddie Winnington, number 7 out here, going D1 at Illinois. Heck of a player, so keep an eye on her.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'll let you go back with your Superfan section, and good luck on the gridiron.
Thanks. Have a great night.
Stillwater trying to rally back after trailing by 4. 9-6 is our score. You never know what will happen at one of these games. So we've had some superfans, a member of the football team, and what he said is really important. A lot of the fall teams, and really all the teams that overlap, especially football, volleyball, another point for the Ponies. Soccer, they share the same facilities. They see each other a lot in practices, especially before the school year starts, because you can get in some extended practices that way, and just an appreciation all around. You may have heard the saying, game respects game, and that goes across all sports. Point will go to Moorhead. I believe that was deflected, and so in spite of all the trolls you'll see on social media and some columnists, when you talk to the athletes here at Stillwater and any other school, everyone understands the sacrifices and the commitments you have to make to have a successful season, regardless of the win-loss column. So great to have one of the football players come out and cheer on the volleyball team. Moorhead making a run. And then Moorhead with the service error, Jalen Ennan, that might siphon some momentum the Spuds were building. And in case you aren't familiar, Maddie Olchin, number 2, wearing the cast on her right leg, needed to get a screw redone. She will not play this season. Point off the block for the Spuds. 12-8 the score. Walsh had to send that one back, couldn't get a clean pass, and a free ball for the Spuds. Walthall takes advantage. (13-8), and Stillwater facing their first test of adversity all season. And an ace for Brooke Carney. Stillwater in trouble. Whittington hoping to change that. A lift was called. Brooke Walthall wasn't quite ready for that. That volleyball is pretty hollow, but when it comes at you hard. I don't want to be in the lane of one of those spike attempts. Walthall, miscommunication, and a miscue benefits the Ponies. Looks like the Ponies superfans, the fellow students, are going to organize some sort of chant here. Springer just over the net. Moorhead, that was Zimmerman. She got blocked. They're going to set up for Ashton Brenner on the left side, and she misses her target.
By Moorhead. And I'll go in. Claire Howell serves.
They'll try again. Ashton Brenner blocked. Foreman with the up. Whittington down the middle. And that goes out of play. Claire Howell got her arms under it. Lucy Zoller making her first appearance. She came in the later stages of the third set yesterday. Walthall over the line. Stillwater now trails by 3. They trail by as much as 5. Zimmerman. Zoller is there with the up. Ashton Brenner tried to go back row. Howell with the dig on that end. Kohler down the middle. She's rejected by Sam Zimmerman. And 5-11 beats 6-1 there.
Brooke Walthall serving.
Walthall the serve. Ashton Brenner off speed. Picked up by Howell. Here's Ennin on the left side. Borman with the up. And Springer has to bat over a free ball. Moorhead cannot take advantage. They've been burned a couple of times on that, where in the first set and here, the pass goes wide and that hurts. And then Walsh serves it right into the net. Stillwater needs some sort of rally here. They trail by 4. So still in striking range, but they've got a little more work to do. Blythe played it. And then had to send over a free ball to the Ponies. Ashton Brenner not giving up on the left side where she's stationed. And Moorhead collides again. Situational awareness problems have kept Stillwater hanging around in set number 3. They still trail by 3. Looking for that run. Blythe not the best up. Olchin blocked, goes over the net. Into the arms of a waiting Brooke Carney.
West. She will serve.
And that's what Stillwater was looking for. Lexi Olchin fires down the left side. So Stillwater still hanging around. They trail by as much as 5, facing their first test of adversity all season. Of course, the season's only 2 games old, hoping to win another straight set victory, but they do have a 2-0 lead. Jalen Ennen keeps it in the front row and keeps Moorhead's lead intact. She goes back to serve. I was told this was going to be a tougher test for the Ponies than Grand Rapids, and that is proving to be the case. 20-15. The first set dominated by the Ponies. Moorhead responding in the second set, and Stillwater calls another timeout.
Stillwater takes timeout.
Is there anyone else who wants a plug here? All right, come on. We've got a few seconds. Maybe we get a few of those folks for the set break. So, what's your name and what do you do here at Stillwater?
Hey, I'm Adam Isley, and I play hockey here.
You play hockey. I remember you from last year.
Oh yeah, thank you, appreciate it.
I called a few of your games.
Yeah, those were exciting, huh?
They were exciting. Well, except that game with Roseville, but we won't talk about that, right?
No, we're not talking about that.
So, tell me, what makes you such a big volleyball fan?
Really, it's just like the excitement. I love it. It's just everything. I just eat it up, and I can't contain myself.
And who's your favorite player?
Honestly, I'm gonna be Ellie Springer. Gotta rep my boy Kate over there. That's his sister. So
Okay. So we got a little family ties here.
for sure, for sure.
And we spoke with one of the football players. Tell me about the respect all these student athletes have for each other, because like in the fall sports, they see each other all the time in practice. And you play hockey in the winter, but you still come out here to the games. You're cheering with the rest of these guys. What is it about the volleyball team you appreciate most?
Honestly, just the way they compete. It's unbelievable. Like they went to state last year. It's just awesome to see how they can do that. It's pretty cool.
You think they'll go back to state this year?
For sure. They're looking good.
What about you? Will we see you in state?
You guys will see us at the X for sure.
And while we're at it, give us a quick preview for the hockey season. I know it was kind of an up and down year. What should we expect from the Ponies this winter?
Expecting a lot like we usually do, but we're looking pretty good this year. We got a lot of young guys stepping up. We got a lot of seniors. Should be a good year for sure.
Well, I'll let you get back to your superfan section, but before I do that, you want to say hi to anybody?
Just going to shout out to Joe Raleigh, Cooper Erie, the boys. That's about it.
All right, Adam Isley, thanks for stopping by. Stillwater scoring a couple of much-needed points. They are out of timeouts, though, for the remainder of set number 3. Ashton Brenner from the back row. Picking up for the dig. And in. Deflected and out of bounds.
Brooke Carney serving.
Carney serving for the Spuds, as you saw. And here comes Walthall. Borman with the dig. Moorhead closing in on taking set number 3. Lexi Olchin picks up the point. Stillwater hanging around, but they have not been able to close the margin within 3. They need a rally. Will they get one? We shall see. Springer serving. They're going to set up for Walthall. Springer with the dig. Whittington. Big point for Maddie Whittington. If Stillwater can rally and take set 3, it's a done deal. And Moorhead will call a timeout, sensing danger. Is there anyone? Hey, do you know of anyone from that side who want to chat? Or you have some more folks here? Is there someone over there? Hey, we've got a few more seconds. Let's get somebody. They ain't feeling it. I guess they're not quite feeling it. Well, that's all right. It's not easy to go in front of a microphone, as you found out. 21-19, Stillwater trailing by 2. I guess not. They're not true Pony fans. You know what they need? You know what they need? They need a quarterback. Oh, there you go. A big posh of whatever he's. A big blockers. They need what else do you think they need over there? Over there. I don't know. I know over there they need 2 more points, or. All right, back to action. You gotta love it. Some of these folks are enjoying themselves. Gotta love the hockey and football and all the athletes who rally together here at the St. Croix Valley. Here's Maddie Whittington. That was deflected. They're going to give it to Zimmerman, and Foreman saves it. A free ball, though, for the Spud, but that elicits applause from the Stillwater fans. Walthall, dig by Raditz. Springer into the back row. Moorhead will get another crack at this. It was Carney, another dig by Raditz. The fans getting into it, but Moorhead gets the point. (22-19). And they're not able to set up cleanly, but that was deflected. So Ashton Brenner will get the point. Moorhead with 1 timeout left. 22-20. Stillwater looking for a little comeback magic. They are ahead 2-0, but they want to get this in straight sets. Brooke Walthall whiffed it. And now the margin is 1. Stillwater can tie it. Walthall, the left side, that might have gone out of bounds. Zoller played for the up, and instinctively you will do that. So now Moorhead gets another try. Stillwater, this time they'll set up properly. Kohler fires. Moorhead cannot save it. Stillwater trailed by as much as 5. They have now drawn even with the Spuds, and Moorhead calls a timeout. Is there anyone else? Well, anyone else in this section that wants a quick shout out here? How can you pass a shout out? I don't believe that. I thought everyone wanted TV time. So shout out to Pancake Daddy, whoever that is. All right. Well, and I'll say another shout out should go to the resolve of the Ponies. They came back from 5 down. It's 22-all. Both teams out of timeouts. If Stillwater can take this 3rd set, the match will end. If Moorhead takes this set, we will go to a 4th. In any event, Stillwater with their first challenge of adversity. How will they handle this first obstacle? They've been doing well so far. Walthall goes out of bounds. No one touched it, so the Ponies retake the lead. And they're 2 away from closing this out. Zoller still serving, and Stillwater making this run with Zoller on the serve. Ashton Brenner taps down the lob. Stillwater, trailing by 5, now has match point. They have 2 match points to work with. Walthall goes up, blocked, but nobody's home. That ends the Stillwater run. Walthall will serve. Moorhead needs at least one more point to keep this set going. A service error. That's the ball game. Stillwater wins in straight sets. For the second day in a row, 25-12, 25-22, 25-23. Brooke, Ashton, Brenner clutch throughout this game. And give credit to Lucy Zoller. Stillwater made their run with her at the service position. So the Ponies go to 2-0 and have done so in straight sets. They have yet to lose one, but that third set was not easy. And I think they will be the first to tell you that. Calder and Whittington came up big as well, but the night belonged to Brooke Ashenbrenner. We'll talk to a couple of the Stillwater players before we wrap this up. Stillwater knocks off Moorhead 3-0. They go to 2-0. Moorhead falls to 0-1.
If you'd like to support a TSB television broadcast, we've got a patron page for that. Sponsorships start at just $1. Visit patron.com/TSB television and make a pledge for premier Twin Cities sports coverage.
And joining me is Maddie Whittington and Brooke Ashenbrenner of the victorious Stillwater Ponies. Maddie, you came up clutch in the second set tonight with your blocking. How were you able to make so many plays up front?
Well, I was just really focused on, making sure the ball didn't come over the net, and all I had to do was put my hands on the ball, and it worked out for me.
How nervous were you when Moorhead went up by 5 in the third set?
To be honest, I wasn't that nervous. I know our team, and I know that we could come back, so we just fought for it.
How would you say the chemistry developed between yesterday's game with Grand Rapids and tonight, where you had a dominant set 1 win, and then you had to fight through a little adversity in set 3?
Yeah, last night was a good game for us, so we talked about it before the game. We're just like, let's just go out and do what we did last night, and it worked well for us.
And one of the heroes of that third set and the first one, Brooke Ashenbrenner. Brooke, you were all over the place and came up with some big points late. How did you rise up to the occasion, proverbially speaking?
Well, I think about the game all day, and it gets me so excited, and I have my teammates to get me more excited, and I just use that to drive me to play my hardest.
How exciting was it to come back from 5 down, take the third set, and get out of here in a sweep?
It was very exciting. It's crazy to think that our team can do that and push all those points when, a lot of our fans probably thought we were going to lose that third match.
And speaking of, the fans got more and more excited when they saw the rally taking place, and I think that last one came with Lucy Zoller serving. I don't know if that's a secret weapon of yours, but where did you find that rally?
That last rally, we just kept pushing our hardest, and we didn't give up no matter. They kept blocking us, and we just kept pushing because we knew we could get that last point.
And what would you make of the fan support? I actually had a chance to get to know, talk to a couple of the folks, and a lot of them play Stillwater sports too. What is it about this community where all the athletes appreciate one another the way you do?
It's great. We haven't gotten that many fans in the past few games, but it's nice to finally see a crowd of other athletes come in because sometimes they can relate to it and they can, see where we're struggling when we need fans, and then they come and they help us and they really do support us.
And Maddie, one of the football players I talked to gave you a plug and in particular was excited about you attending Illinois. What do you make of the support here in Oak Park Heights and the Stillwater area?
Yeah, I love my friends. I love the fans, I guess. They're really great. They always hype me up just for no good reason, so it's fun to be around.
Well, here's the thing. If they were responsible for this rally, they're going to have to come to some more games now, don't you think?
Absolutely. Every game would be great.
And, you've got a game with St. Michael Albertville tomorrow, but what does it say in the early part of the season about, your talent, your potential, and just how you guys are coming along where you beat a team that reached the section final last year, and now you beat a team that reached the state semifinal round?
So we talk a lot about, in practice and in our gym, just about we can only go up from here. So I think this is a really strong place for us to start for the season.
I totally agree. We are only going to grow, and learning from our mistakes, like in that last game when we were down, that's going to help us grow even more.
Now, Maddie, I know I gave you a chance to say hi to somebody. Was there anyone you missed from yesterday?
My friends from North Branch are here, so hey to them.
North Branch Kokoro too, or?
Yes, yeah. One of my teammates actually. It's here.
Say, well, I want to plug Kokoro while we're at it.
Absolutely. Shout out to Kokoro, man.
And Brooke, who do you want to say hi to?
I'll say hi to my parents, I guess. You know, their full support is right there for me, and the fans that came tonight. They mean a lot to us.
For sure.
Well, thank you, fans. Just remember now, you're going to have to show up for every single home game this season, because if you're the reason they won, they're going to need you. I'd say your grit had a big part in that as well. Congratulations on it, and we'll see if you can keep that unblemished record going with St. Michael Albertville tomorrow, but well-fought victory.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So Maddie Whittington and Brooke, Ashton, Brenner, and that wraps it up here from the stable at Oak Park Heights. We'll be back on Tuesday, but until then, I'm Mike Beaton. Thanks for watching.